Quarantine Zone survival game by Exo Jowa. You step into the boots of a lone gatekeeper at a quarantine checkpoint in a crumbling post-apocalyptic world, scanning every desperate traveler for symptoms, spotting shady behavior, and deciding who lives and who gets turned away, while you frantically build tents, labs, and defenses as night falls and scary NPCs lurk. The dark humor and tense decision-making really pull you in, and surprisingly, it runs buttery smooth even on low-end phones, making it a true play-anywhere pick. But here's the honest truth. The ads are absolutely brutal, popping up every 30 seconds and sometimes forcing you to watch 4 or 5 in a row just to get back to the action, which completely shatters the immersion. The graphics are serviceable, but nothing special. The controls feel a bit clunky after a while, and plenty of players call out that it borrows heavily from other titles. Wheelie Stunt Moto Ride Master from Shahrazadi. This open-world bike simulator throws you into a sprawling city full of ramps, rooftops, and tight alleyways, where the goal is to master insane wheelies, flips, and high-speed stunts while unlocking cooler bikes along the way. The physics feel surprisingly satisfying for a free mobile title. The crisp 3D visuals pop on decent screens, and one-touch controls make it easy to pick up and play anywhere without tutorials. Unfortunately, the ads hit you like a truck, multiple forced videos before you can even reach the menu, or after every failed stunt, which turns what could be addictive fun into a frustrating wait fest. The open world is decently sized, but starts feeling repetitive fast, and there's almost zero story or progression beyond collecting bikes. BLOCKAPOLYPSE 2 Terror Strike by Mobadu. This blocky open-world FPS/TPS shooter drops you into a chaotic desert city overrun by hostile forces, where you blast through story missions, drive vehicles across rooftops, ride the metro system, and unlock hidden areas with access cards. The gunplay feels snappy, the variety of weapons and vehicles keeps things fresh, and the pixel art style actually looks clean and optimized on phones of all sizes. Campaign missions are punchy and great for quick sessions. Plus, the multiplayer deathmatch mode adds replay value if you want to jump online later. The downside is the story wraps up way too fast on your first playthrough, leaving you wanting way more content, and the blocky aesthetic won't wow anyone looking for ultra-realistic graphics. Overall, it's a solid pick for bite-sized action that runs offline in campaign mode. Outbreak Dead City from Scrap Gear Studio. You're the last survivor, trapped in a fallen metropolis, crawling with zombies, scavenging abandoned buildings for ammo and supplies, crafting weapons on the fly, and uncovering the secret behind the outbreak, while the dark atmosphere and creepy sound design keep you on edge. Every bullet counts, the reload animations look slick, and the story mode with dynamic missions actually feels like a proper survival horror experience on mobile. Being fully offline means you can dive in on a plane or long bus ride and lose yourself for hours, and the challenging enemy AI makes every encounter tense. Controls could be a little smoother, and the camera sometimes fights you during tight spaces. Plus, the soundtrack could use more variety, but the overall vibe and production quality are shockingly good for an indie title. It's a hidden gem that delivers real tension and atmosphere, just missing that extra polish to Project Jazzgame from VT Games. This open-world action-adventure lets you chain fluid parkour across towering rooftops, vault through alleys, and turn every fight into a stylish combo of acrobatics and brutal free-flow combat against rival gangs. The momentum-based movement feels incredibly satisfying, the ragdoll physics are next level for mobile, and deep character customization means you can truly make the city your playground. It stays completely offline, runs surprisingly well on mid-range devices, and the reactive NPCs and finishers give every encounter personality. The map does feel a bit small after a few hours. Occasional glitches pop up with clothing purchases, and mobile optimization could still use tweaks, but the core gameplay loop of parkour plus brawling is pure joy. If you love movement shooters that reward creativity, this one punches way above its weight class. Indian Bus Simulator 3D by Bite Raft Studios. You take the wheel of massive buses through stunning hill roads, busy city routes, and dangerous off-road tracks, picking up passengers, managing realistic steering and brakes, and upgrading your fleet in a true-to-life driving experience that captures the chaos of Indian highways. The routes feel alive, the graphics hold up surprisingly well, and the smooth controls with customizable camera angles make long sessions addictive. It's perfect for anyone who loves simulators and wants something you can play for 20 minutes or 2 hours straight offline. A few missing features like weather effects, more buses, or dust particles hold it back slightly, but the sheer variety of terrain and authentic feel keep it firmly in the top half. If you've ever dreamed of being a bus driver in the mountains, this is as close as mobile gets. Now we've got Total Assault Zombie Massacre by App Reactor. This fully offline third-person zombie shooter throws you into ruined streets and forests where you mow down hordes of mutants, recruit survivors to fight alongside you, take tactical cover, and watch satisfying ragdoll physics and explosions light up the screen. The weapon variety from assault rifles to launchers feels weighty, the post-apocalyptic atmosphere is top tier, and the controls translate beautifully to touch with responsive aiming and movement. Missions like defending your base add strategy to the run-and-gun chaos, and the high production values make it feel like a console port. Sure, a few bugs creep in and weapon upgrades are a bit limited, but the non-stop action, gore, and pure fun make this one of the strongest zombie experiences on mobile right now, easily worth every minute. Highway Drifter Hajwala Online by Mad Hook. This pure Hajwala-style drifter puts you behind the wheel of massive customized cars across desert highways and city streets with realistic physics, stunning visuals, and a huge garage full of sedans to muscle cars you can tune endlessly. The solo drifting mode works perfectly offline. The leaderboards and multiplayer are there if you want them later, and the sense of speed and control is addictive from the first corner. Graphics are gorgeous on modern phones, customization depth is insane, and the environments look premium. The only real gripes are the occasional aggressive police AI that can ruin a perfect run and the usual ad interruptions in the free version, but the core drifting experience is so good it still lands in the top 3. If you love cars and sliding, this is pure mobile bliss. Combat Magic Spells and Swords by Jarum. This 3D action RPG slasher mixes melee swords, bows, and explosive magic spells across huge maps where you can grind offline with bots or jump into PvP whenever you want. Character customization is ridiculously deep. Classes, abilities, armor, weapons, and the combat system rewards learning combos and timing perfectly. Offline bot modes mean you can progress anywhere, the weapon variety never gets old, and the overall production feels premium for mobile. Aiming can occasionally feel a bit floaty during big spell casts, and grinding for coins is a touch slow, but the sheer amount of content and satisfying combat loop make this incredibly hard to put down. It's the kind of game you keep coming back to for months. GTA 3 Definitive Edition from Rockstar. Liberty City is still an absolute masterpiece of open-world freedom. Steal any car, cause absolute mayhem, follow the iconic story missions, or just explore the living, breathing city at your own pace. The remastered visuals bring the classic to life with sharper textures and lighting that still hold up beautifully on phones. And once you buy the full version after the trial, it's completely offline forever. The sense of scale, the radio stations, the pure chaos you can unleash, nothing else on mobile comes close to this level of quality and nostalgia. Mobile controls take a short adjustment period, and a few missions feel brutally hard on touch, but the depth, story, and freedom make every second worth it. This is the gold standard, the game that basically invented the genre and still reigns supreme in 2026.